Okay, hello and welcome everybody. This is Kathryn Perry and welcome to the virtual Commanding Wealth Circle, where we are creating a space for whatever it is that you want to attract, create, or manifest. This is where we want to hold the space for each other. Before we get started, I'm going to direct your attention to the chat because I'm going to make sure that I'm posting the YouTube channel, the links for the workbook, and for the if you have not joined yet, the TOC Money Mindset Mastery Group C, which is about to get super active. Thanks for everybody who is joining. It may seem kind of quiet that we're only talking about the circle, but I am going to be starting some webinars and things like that to help you help you hold your vision and facilitate whatever it is that you want to manifest. So in the chat, I have a link to the YouTube channel. I would certainly appreciate if you would subscribe and help me grow that channel. I've got a link to the workbook and then the TOC group. And then this, I'm going to be posting a little special offer for the group today. And I'll have the link in there. So let me just say a quick hello to everybody. Type in where you're from. And then I'm going to open the mic and see if I can unmute all. I don't know if I can in this. So let's see. We've got Lisa and Emily and Sharon. Oh, so wonderful to see everybody. Fantastic. Okay, so type in where you're from. Be sure and keep an eye on the chat. Michigan. I know Charlinda's in South Africa. I've only got to visit there once, and it was certainly memorable. Bogota, Colombia. We have a beautiful worldwide group. Minnesota. Linda, it's hard. We've heard so many people, and everybody, I'm sure, is doing a Fargo, North Dakota accent. But when they say Minnesota, they go Minnesota. But I'm Texan, and everybody tries to twang with me, so it's okay. I just got to share a quick thing. So when I lived in Seattle several years, my accent got a little less than this, but people would make fun of my accent, and they go, "Hi, how you doing?" And they talk real strong like that, and I go, "I don't sound like that, no, you know." And when I would come home and visit Texas, and I'd pull through the drive-through, it'd be like, "Hi, can I help you?" And I would first always be stunned, like, "Are you making fun of my accent?" I'm like, "No, I'm home. This is how we all talk." All right. Emily's down in Mexico. So welcome everybody. Hey, I want to check in. We've been together for a little bit. We've been doing some commanding. I want to create a little open space to find out who has something they'd like to share. And I always call it yeehaw, good news, or aha, like, hey, you had this new awareness, like, oh my God, and it was kind of a light bulb moment, and it helped you make a shift. Or maybe you realized that there's some behavior that maybe you are no longer doing, like maybe you used to worry, or you had this level of anxiety, or your response might be to get angry. What did you notice is shifting in you? So if you would like to share, do me a favor and raise your hand. I would love to see who's experiencing some growth. I know we go so fast in the group, but this is an interactive group, and I want to make sure that everybody's getting what they need and they're learning from each other. Okay. I'm not seeing any hands yet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on. So, if you realize you have a question or you need clarity, please be sure and raise your hand. I listen to myself talk all the time, so I already know what I'm going to say. I would love to get your feedback and question. So what are we doing? We are creating a space. We're creating a pause in our habit and routine so that we can give attention to that which we desire. Because very often we're circulating our thoughts, life is busy, we're in the habit, we're building our kingdoms, right? We're solving big problems, we're responding and reacting, but very rarely do we actually give space to what we desire. Unless you are in the habit of counting your blessings at night or spending a few minutes in the morning setting your intention and really sitting with that so that you can get the instructions from your greater self, or your intuition is how it's going to communicate with you on what your next steps are, right? This really has to be a habit. And this is part of the idea behind the worksheets that I've created and have shared with you in the past, just so that you can give some space and clarity. Because a lot of times we go, I want liberation, I want free, I want to get rid of these bills, but we aren't really doing it in a targeted, intentional way. And this is to where we can hold the space not only for ourselves, but for each other. Because in this space, we are inviting the awareness of the master that you already are, your greater self, or Sarah calls it your greater awareness, right? And or your, some people call it higher self, universe, or soul. But we want to give space to be able to have a communication with that. The other thing is we want to hold the space for each other. We want to be in agreement and alignment with whatever it is that you create. So the way we do that is when we come into that, after we do our meditation time, we go through 6 steps of the one command. We have this moment where we come in our heart, we're coming into alignment with our intention and that whatever it is that we want to create. And then in this space between what I say knowing and not knowing, right? You know what you want, you may not know how to get it. You know what you tried in the past and you knew you failed, but you don't know how you're going to quite be different this time, right? So I always say between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. Just that statement. But I'm actually doing something even more powerful. When I work with people, I'll create these 2 points. Okay, and this is called, it's NLP, it's called a collapsing anchor. So I want you to think about what it is that you want to create, right? And if you could think about it, and your creation exists in space, and you could, your creation exists fully realized in space, which it does. It already does. But if you could point to it, where would it be? So I'm going to hypnotize everybody's hand, everybody's finger, to where you can just point to where you think that desire lives. And I have a very specific one right now. And it's very interesting because the picture popped up and I didn't realize this was the representation of it. And it's a house that I didn't even realize how much I wanted, but everything rose up, right? And I was like, yes, that. And everything that has to happen in order for that house to manifest, right? So I could literally point to where in my mind's eye, where that house and living in that house exists. So go ahead and find your point right now. Okay. And I'm going to have you just use your finger. Don't just think about it, but I'm going to kind of see hands float up, and it may be over here, over there. And just, if you don't know, just point to someplace and it's going to be fine. But for me, this feels very, this is it. Okay. So when we think about what it is that we want, need, desire, we have what's called considerations, right? We go, oh, I would love to do it, but there's this issue, right? So I'm pointing with my right hand, and I have this limitation that I'm pointing to with my left hand. Okay, and where is that? It's interesting, it's right here. So if I were using my NLP magic or something, I might go, hey, there's this idea about myself in the past that's stopping what I desire in the future. Do you see how this is? Right? Notice where yours is. So here's the little thing I want to share with you. So in between these 2 points in this space, we're going to say between knowing what I want, between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love, right? So what am I feeling in the space? Love. And here's the magic. I want you to bring your 2 fingers together between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love, and now bringing them together. Take a breath and drop. Who felt something in their head? Who felt an energy shift between knowing and not knowing? Okay, Sandy, what did you notice? Let's see.
More just a sense of, like, I can actually imagine it being done.
Yeah.
Whereas before it always just seems so far out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more of a sense of,
Yeah. Yeah, just something that was holding that, right? Perfect. That's exactly right. Thank you. All right. So here's how we check it. Well, golly, I had these 2 ideas. So right now, think about what you want to manifest. Is it in the same place or did it move? Point to what it is that you want to manifest and just notice. Where's mine? It feels here. I'm like trying to get it, like it must be down in my body, but I'm going to say I'm feeling the thing I want to manifest. It's not over there. It feels here. Who's noticing a shift that way? There's what you want to manifest. And now when you think, hey, is there anything that can stop me? Can you find it? Can you find anything that can stop you? You might go, well, I might have this idea about some bad habits. I haven't established the habit to be that person yet, or my identity. And I just said, well, there's this vague idea. So I'm going to point to this vague idea. It doesn't even feel fully formed, right? Why does that matter? Because right now your default is to not create intentionally. Your default is we are always creating and manifesting, but we are more replicating rather than making something new. Okay. And we have our habit of thoughts and beliefs of how things usually go for us, right? And so there could be some unknown. So I'm going to say, hey, between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. I'm going to choose love. I'm going to choose grace. And for me, love is so important because there's courage and wisdom attached to love for me. Beauty. Of all my highest values are attached to love. So right now, we're just going to observe. But if you could actually spend time with this, I will see if I can find some. I did 21 days of this whole process on Facebook a few years ago. So that you could experience more. Okay. But this shows how you're holding it at a neurological level and how easy it is to collapse that anchor and how quickly it can shift the energy of it, of that emotion. Okay. Any questions or anything about what we just did or anything anybody'd like to share? Hey, Becky. Hey, Paula. Hello. I'm so happy you're on, Paula. Guys, I just want to give a shout out to Paula because Paula is a master manifester. When we were doing this circle a couple of years ago, every time Paula came on, she was showing us some gorgeous hotel room or some amazing place that she was. And I'm so happy that you're joining your energy with us. So welcome. And let me see who else. We've got Lisa and we've got a few other folks on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on. So do you know what it is that you want to attract, create, or manifest? Do we have that idea of that? Okay. So let me get back to this. So the command is very simple, actually. It's I don't know how, and then you would state what it is that you want. So for that house, I don't know how. And like what comes up in my mind first is, well, I don't know how I am financially able to buy my dream house. I only know I have my dream house now. Why did I say it that way? Because it's a concern, right? There's a lot of things that have to happen. I don't know how I'm now living. If I want to Neville Goddard this, I don't know how I'm now living in my beautiful dream house. I only know I am now, and I am fulfilled. So with the one command, and this week what I'm going to be sharing in the group is different ways to do the command, where it's this, very direct, simple way. You've heard me do what's called stacking commands, and then there's one that's called a riff, where you actually, while you're in theta, you're kind of going on this riff of meeting every objection and making the shift in theta. So be sure, if you have not joined the group yet, to join the group, because I'm going to be sharing that teaching. Okay. But for today, I want you to just think about what is that you want. And then we're going to state the command. Okay. And then there's the workbook that I've mentioned this to. And then someone said, how many times a day should we do this exercise? Also the one command. I do that exercise. I don't have it's Tuesday, it's time to do collapsing. What I notice is that when I'm feeling resistance or doubt, or I'm in my head too much, I will do the collapsing one, the 2 fingers. But the one command, it's part of my daily practice. I start and end my day with it, and then as I do it as part of my practice. But it's one of those tools that's so simple that people forget, okay, to do it. So I would say be intentional and see if you could dedicate about 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, and you're going to see big changes. I did not mean to show this, but since I've got it, I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. I am offering some laser coaching sessions that are 20 minutes for $40, so that I can help you identify the right commands, but we'll also uncover what is stopping you and get that cleared. And this is a very fast process. I'm trying to grab a link here. What we do is we get right to it and we find out what it is that you want to create and what you feel like is stopping you. Sometimes there is a clarity or there's a lot going on, and we can get you still and we do a little triage, but mostly this is so that I can help you format the command, identify anything that's stopping you. We may work at an energetic level. People are always fascinated at how much we can actually get done in this. We meet on a recorded line, and then of course you get the recording and you can listen to it as often as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link for that if you want to get that booked. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to offer this. This is very popular, and I would say I would encourage everybody to get this booked within the next couple of weeks as quickly as possible, because I am going to be sending this out to my list. Okay. All right, beautiful. So I just put that in the chat. Okay. Fantastico. All right. So we've got our command. We're going to go through the 6 steps. I'm going to take you through the meditation. I'm going to take a little drink of water first. Alvaro said he felt tingling inside his head. Charlinda says her fingers were tingling and she giggles. So the energy definitely moved for you guys. So with that tingling inside your head, there's blood rushing to the frontal lobe. And that's where that new idea, that idea greater than itself, new awareness starts arriving. All right, beautiful. All right, so let's get situated. Let's get comfy. Bring my microphone closer. All right, let's get started.
First, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a couple of cleansing breaths. I like to breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. I want to invite you to picture, visualize, or imagine that you are like a tree and that you have long roots coming from the base of your spine. Grounding you into the earth. And just let any tension, any thoughts, any worries, just go right down that tree trunk. Beautiful. And now I want to invite you to become aware of that earth energy that wants to come up through the bottom of your feet. And now just allow that earth energy to start to come up, up, up into your ankles, your knees, your hips, up your spine, neck, shoulders, down your arms. And just breathe in that beautiful earth energy. And this is creative life force energy. I also want to invite you to become aware of your connection to source. That's like a pole of light coming down from the universe, down the top of your head. And this pole of light is going down your spine, down 2 channels, down either side. And it's going all the way down into the earth. And it is aligning to your intention. And as you're aware of that earth energy is aligning itself to your intention. So bring your attention to your heart and that what you want to create. And just let the love in your heart light up, illuminating that desire. And allow that love in your heart, that light, to begin to expand all the way around you. And picture, visualize, or imagine that all around you is everyone in this group, and their hearts are lit up. And right now, between you and them, let there only be love. Just witness that loving support. And in this place, let there only be love. And let that expand to something even greater all around you. Ooh, just being in this space alone is magical, isn't it? I know you have been working so hard and it feels like you're doing this alone, but you're never alone. There's always help, seen and unseen. And all you have to do is shift your awareness to that help. And very often that help is invisible because you've been overlooking the people in your life or solution, or you haven't turned on your heart light yet and said, yes, I'm ready for you to come into my life and for us to do whatever it is we need to do together. So I'm going to invite you to go up that pole of light. Your eyes are closed, but you're going to roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up to the top of your head. And you're going to send your consciousness up that pole of light. The higher you go, the faster you go, and soon you find yourself surrounded by a beautiful, velvety, black void of space. And break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. Eyes still closed and looking up. You can either say silently or out loud, whatever feels best for you. You're going to state your one command statement. Okay, you're going to say the one command. I'm going to say it and let you fill in the blank. I don't know how and state your command. I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. And then just let that go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. And what you're going to do now is just feel yourself coming back down in your body as you begin to receive in gratitude the fulfillment of your command. And what you want to do, you want to witness either the image, the thought, the idea of your command fulfilled. Is it $1 million customer? Is it an extra $100,000 in your bank account? Is it your debt is erased? Is it a beautiful dream home? Whatever it is, in your mind's eye, see it fulfilled and start saying, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. You really want to get that vision. And as this vision arrives in this greater state of being the one that it's easy to make that happen, as being the one whose desire and command is fulfilled, as being the one who is the creator, all the skills, the attributes, abilities, the memories, everything you need begins to come right into you at an energetic level. And let those old ways, those old ideas, those limitations just release. And as they're releasing, remember they're going down into the earth. And just let them all release and unwind and unwind and unwind. We're speaking energetically, metaphorically, and we're also speaking directly to your master DNA strand that is holding the programming in the morphogenic field. And it is unwinding, unwinding, unwinding. And as you allow the new ideas to begin to rewind and integrate, just give a moment of receiving. Before you open your eyes, take a second, do a little internal check-in. And as you think about your command, what do you know now that you didn't know before? What seems possible? Maybe you have a new awareness about what was stopping you. And when it feels natural and right, you can open your eyes. And of course, we say keep a journal of your commands. It could just be a spiral notebook, or you can use the workbook. And where you notice what challenges and revelations and successes, keep track of those. And then what do we always say, guys? That the 7th step is inspired action, and think and act as if your command is done. and your intuition will guide you to the next step. And so what that could look like is, for me, it's curiosity, or you could say, hey, what is the next thing to do? And sometimes it's wait, which is frustrating. But if you're going to wait intentionally. Okay. Don't distract yourself because you don't know what to do. Do you see the difference in that? Right. Or make space. One thing Sarah did, like when we were getting ready for groups to come in to the house or the office or wherever we were set up, we'd always be like, I am cleaning the office so that everybody here can have an amazing experience. I'm cleaning the office so that there's more room, so money feels welcome here, right? She always attached an intention to whatever action she was doing. So if you're taking action and it may not seem attached, right? You would say, hey, I'm going to make space for new opportunities, right? So if you got a clean house or take care of all these chores, take care of the chores so that what you desire can manifest faster. Keep the two attached. Before, what we did was we detached a limitation, right? So you want to be intentional, and whatever action you're taking is about guiding you to the fulfillment of your command. So if it's, you're suddenly, you don't know what to do and you start cleaning, I'm cleaning because opportunity wants to come be my guest, right? That's the way I want to encourage you to think about it. Okay. Does that make sense? All right. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Anything to share? Right now, I just want to make space for that. Just love y'all. I appreciate you so much. I know you're so busy. I just want to remind you, I have put the link to the laser coaching session in the chat. And then to be sure, and if you want to watch the replay for this, it is in the TOC Money Mindset group, but I also have it posted. It'll get posted onto my YouTube channel today. All right, my love. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much. Was this helpful? If it was, just give me a little wave. Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, my love. Until next time, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach. Now witness your mastery. Bye-bye, everybody.